All right, I'm on the phone here, actually a Zoom meeting here with Art Grace from Clearwater Construction in Livonia, Michigan. And he does electrical plumbing at HVAC, bidding with us. How's it going there, Art?
It's going great.
Excellent, excellent.
Sure.
And I just wanted to introduce you and everything, and I really appreciate you jumping on here and going to tell us all about us. Now, from my calculations here, me and you were talking just a little bit ago. You've been with us for 10 years now. Is that right? Working with us?
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent. And I kind of want to just kind of step back to the beginning before we get into how this has been going for you. Art, can you tell me, like, back from the beginning when you first was looking for an estimator or an estimating company? How did you feel like stepping into that and letting us do your bidding for you? I bet it was a little bit nerve-wracking at first, right?
Well, it was nerve-wracking. I was a little bit suspicious. Are they going to bid it too low? Are they going to be, am I going to lose on the job? And I can honestly say from the very first job, we've always made money with the jobs that you've estimated for us. And I know through the years, you and I have talked about profitability and understanding where the margins are.
Sure.
And I have to say, you're on top of the game industry wide from state to state, and that has definitely helped us.
Awesome. That is great. I really appreciate that, Art. And now we've obviously done so much more business than this, but currently right now, if we're just looking back from 2020 till now, the last basically almost 2 years now, going on to the third year, we bid about 21 projects with you. All right. And from that 21 projects, correct me if I'm wrong, we have won 5 projects. You still have 3 projects open that you have the chance of actually winning. And we've won a total revenue of you about $1,155,000, which represents about a third of your business. Is that correct?
Yep. That
awesome.
is correct.
That is awesome, which means that you have a win ratio of about 24%, which is right there where, we try to strive for our customers, which is meaning you're winning one job out of every 4.2, which is a great win ratio. Are you pretty happy with that?
I am, because I know when we are trying to bid jobs in-house, we're probably 20 to 1. So winning 1 in 4 makes it well worthwhile.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And, we were talking earlier about, how have we helped build your business? You were talking about basically spill over from all this and the success that we're having. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take a couple of real key jobs. One of them was Chick-fil-A. We built the Chick-fil-A facility. Well, now we have an ongoing maintenance contract with them, both for plumbing and for HVAC. And that is, huge ongoing business in terms of its regular, steady work.
Sure.
And that's very beneficial. Another prime example was when we did a redo at a Residence Inn. It was a fitness center initially and a couple of odds and ends. A small job. That same general contractor came back to us, wanted to know if we would work with their team, removing and resetting all of the plumbing fixtures throughout the entire complex, which turned into about another $250,000 spillover. And now they're talking about a third job where we're setting up some recirculating systems for their hot water throughout the complex. So huge work, and it's all service. I mean, that's the spillover. Is we do a good job on the front end construction, and then we get the spillover work for service.
So the projects that we're winning, you get an added benefit from that, which is great. Obviously, you would get that if you bid it in-house as well, but it's just an added plus that you get to get that from us. That's excellent.
That is correct.
All right. And from a cost point, how has this been for you? I know you mentioned to me when we were just going over this that you really like how we can just turn and on and off this thing.
Well, and that's really key. During our peak seasons, there's no manpower available to dig out the prints. I, as an owner, and you can appreciate this, I'm working 12, 14, 16 hours a day trying to keep up. There is no way that we have time to bid work, but that work we need 6 months down the road. So that's usually when we turn to you guys and have on an ongoing basis, and we let you bid it, and I can take, what would have been 20, 30, 40 hours and turn it into a 2 to 3 hour review and submit a bid. And that's a huge time saver for me. But more importantly, it allows my business to continue to grow in the off seasons. And that's, we try to stake the big jobs and space them out during our off-peak seasons so that we can continue to maintain everything it is that we do.
Excellent. Excellent. That's awesome. And from reusing us over and over again, obviously you've been going down for 10 years. Are you going to continue using us?
Absolutely. No question.
Wonderful. And, last question here is, would you recommend for someone to give us a shot if they're a little bit nervous about any of this or anything? Is this something that you would highly recommend them that give it a shot and try?
There is no way that we could be where we are today without what you guys have done through the course of time. And some of the things that I have found about your company over time is the individuals that are working on our estimates. We become intimately involved in conversation. We understand the depth and breadth of the experience that you bring to the table. There's no way that I could hire a mechanical estimator, a plumbing estimator, and an HVAC or an electrical estimator and be able to afford at the stage we are right now. So you guys bring some very unique talent to the table and the ability to be able to manage and control the cost outside. There is no better way to do this. And at the beginning, I was skeptical. I didn't think it would work. And now I would not be without it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Art. I really appreciate you getting on here and just letting everybody know your experience with us and how it's going. And we really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.